boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night. Engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive in low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jumps in from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some, hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride, kick me out, that'll do it, back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide jobs in from outer space, net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat, who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some, hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride, kick me out, that'll do it, back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck, some just scream, Scotty, wake up, and men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route, 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights, 191 racing, say it loud, we ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat, if you spin me, we'll talk about that, that'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some, hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride, kick me out, that'll do it, back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night. Engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. Admin's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the 191 Motorsports. As little technical difficulties here, we're going to get the actual stream up and running here in a second, and then we'll show you what's going on. But they are pacing right now, and while we're waiting up here, we'll go ahead.
Good.
And
we back up.
okay, here we go. We will go ahead and get in our interview here, and that is going to be Paul Helms, driver out of the 64. Paul, we get you in here. We'll get the chance to talk to you here briefly, as I know you're pacing on the lap here. Qualified this thing just outside the top 5. So how you feeling about the race here tonight at Pocono?
Oh man, I've been looking forward to Pocono all week. I love this track. It's crazy. You can run, as long as you keep your tires happy, you can keep going pretty good. But I love it here.
I mean, it's definitely a unique oval. I know it's, you know, as big as Daytona, big as Talladega. Certainly not a super speedway, though. It's a bit more of a road course type of oval. So we'll see how you handle it out there. Before we let you go and get this thing started, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Oh, 191, the sponsors, you know, everybody that gets out in here and out of here every week, and you guys too. And I'm going to avoid the water barrels this year.
Everybody, good luck out there. That is the driver, the 64, as we are getting the green flag here at Pocono. 75 laps on tap. Carl Hammer joined the booth by Jimmy Cover. Jimmy, we got you back up to power, and we got these cars up to power as well.
Yeah, they're underway here, so I'm just slapping some things in here last minute here, and we'll get back on the live coverage there. I just need one more thing. I had everything set, and obviously Mother Nature calls, you know, and it's always, you know, sucks, you know, if you're a racer, but here, you know, it sucks for the broadcaster too, because you got to set everything back up that you spent the past 20 minutes getting things all set up for a race like this. So, but we're almost there, and but yeah, you see on the screen there, you have the starting line up here for the drivers, and it was Jason Crispin there with the pole. Carl was kind enough to put those in the chat for y'all, and we'll go through everybody here just a quick second. Okay. All right, so let's get this out of here. Let's go back to the racing. Is Jorge Ledesma is up front here? And am I mistaken, or has it been a while since Jorge has been here?
Yeah, it has been a while. It's actually Jason Crispin leading the way. He's checked out here now by about 0.8 of a second, but Jorge Ledesma back out here tonight. Levi Poland up there in third. We got Mike Casey, Michael Rakes for the top 5, Bierman, Wheeldon, Helms, Garner Jr., and Bryson Anderson for your top 10. Also out here on the track to make the 21 car field, you got Andrew Jones at 11th, Billy Rickett, Zach Peer, Travis Noble, and Ken Ewell for the top 15. Scott Henderson, Tony Brennan, Wade Enyart, Hezzy Hardy, Matthew Jordan, and Steve Harris round out your 21 car field here at Pocono. As field is starting to spread out here a little bit, single file down the front stretch here. A lot of speed heading down into turn number 1, just a little too wide. Back just outside the top 10 right now. Battle for between 7th and 8th there. Looks like Paul Helms dropping back now into 9th position, but all in all, pretty good clean start, as you know, we'll have another 23 laps until we have the comp caution.
Yeah, obviously, you know, 25 laps here, and then get the comp caution that 191 is notorious for. To let, you know, kind of get everybody back up, or you know, to you know, maybe make some slight adjustments. You know, how you're entering the corner, how much you're beating on your tires. I mean, you see Jason Crispin obviously out here pulling away from everybody, and I almost think that maybe he's running too fast, that everybody's running too slow. But you got him battling in the back here. We got some down in the wall there. That was the number
heavy impact there.
Scotty Henderson.
Yes, Scott Henderson. Renee, look away, as that was extremely heavy impact, and no surprise that is a meatball. We'll take a look and see what happened here. It looks like the 65 there. Oh, big net code right there. The 65 pulled out to go to the inside, maybe get a little side draft, and it looked like there was a net code contact there, and sent the 72 hard into the inside wall. And maybe even put Scott Henderson in the infield care center there. So maybe Renee might need to go check on him in the infield care center before he gets back out there, as that was a rough one.
Yeah, pretty rough one here early on, only on lap number 4. And in the pits here to jump to the pits. So we're going to have to suffer a tow here early on and get back out with the field. But that leaves Jason Crispin still in the lead. Levi Poland there in second. Michael Casey up in third. Jorge Ledesma in fourth, Michael Rakes in fifth, and then you got Zane Bierman, Shane Wheeldon, Dale Garner Jr., Paul Helms, and Bryson Anderson for your top 10. The rest of the field is going to be Billy Rickett, Zach Pierre, Travis Noble, Andrew Jones, Ken Buell, Tony Brennan, Hezzy Hardy, Wade Enyart, Matthew Scruffy Jordan in the back, with Steve Harris back there, and then obviously Scotty Henderson in the pits.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight and sticking through our little power outage here at the start. But you guys didn't miss a lap, as we got this thing back up and running. Jimmy's like a picker over there. We'll get this thing back and running as soon as possible. But
I go into crisis mode.
anyway,
It gets chaotic here at the house really quick when something goes wrong with the stream. You'd think I'd have about 12 or 15 people get me hooked back up, but nope, just me.
so pretty interesting, and I don't know if you know the lore behind Pocono here, and just kind of looking at. I tell you, I'll give a little secret here. It's the biggest place that I use for any kind of racing information, where I get a lot of my information from that I talk about on these broadcasts, is racingcircuits.info. It's actually a really good website. Pretty much any kind of track you can think of, whether it's road, oval, dirt, doesn't matter. I mean, it's just about any track I've searched for, they've got everything on there. They've got the layouts from when the track was first built, all the different iterations, all the how the track was built, when it was built, who built it. I mean, it's so much about everything that you can think of. And surprisingly enough, Jimmy, Pocono started out as a 3/4 mile oval, and the front stretch of that oval is still the front stretch here today, but it's a little bit longer.
A little bit. I've never been to it when it was that short, obviously.
That was back in 1968 when it was built.
Yeah,
so that could be why as well.
I've sat in turn one. I've sat at if you look at the grandstands far left or right at the exit of turn 3. I've sat there as well. Yeah, the infield is unique. We'll just put it that way. It was back in the 80s, and used to stand on RVs, and people had 3-man slingshots and adult things going on in the infield. We'll just put it that way. Seen cars drive in with tape on the side, 3 hits for $1 with a sledgehammer. Car got towed out a little bit later. Definitely interesting track.
Yeah, interesting enough, the track built in 1968, again as a 3/4 mile oval, almost kind of looks a bit like a tri-oval. But then in 1969, 1970 is when they added in a road course iteration that used about 2/3 of the track, and then it went out through the infield, and actually turn 3 at Pocono was part of that road course that they built. And then not too long after that is when they decided to build the full-on 2.5 mile tri-oval that's known now as the Tricky Triangle. So it's been in place since the early 70s here, and has remained the same tricky shape with only 3 turns, Jimmy. No turn 4, as you see right there. What turn 4 coming out of turn number 3 there, as we're going to get this thing doubled up here and get them back underway. Certainly Scott Henderson is looking to get back out there. Looks like he may just be finally back into the racing line. There we go. He's back out there on the track. So looks like only going to be 1 lap down, which is a good thing, because once we get to that comp caution, as long as he's not involved in anything up until then, he'll be able to get himself back on the lead lap. But as it stands right now, Chrisman, Poland, Casey, Ledesma, and Rakes are your top 5. Bierman, Weldon, Garner, Helms, and Anderson your top 10, as we're going to double them up and get this thing back underway.
Yeah, it won't be too long, but obviously, long track, so obviously lots of time for under caution, saving fuel, and drivers to maybe check their stuff and see how they're doing and make that lap number 25. I'm pretty sure they can make that lap here tonight, so especially with the caution. But yeah, right now it's looking good, Carl. Biggest mover though through the field, not very big, but 4 spots for Dale Gardner.
So one thing I've been kind of wondering about lately, Jimmy, is when it comes to iRacing itself. Certainly, the cars that iRacing can license the cars so they can scan them and do everything like that. The track, they can get the license for it, go out there with their laser scanners and scan every inch and bump and everything like that in the track. But you got the developers that have to build all the surroundings around it. The trees and the infield and even the billboards. Now, my question is, all the signage is true to life. Like, you're coming through turn number 3 and you got the Lehigh Valley Health Network sign. That's the actual sponsorship, and that's the actual billboard that's there. But all these signs that have the different things, even on the infield, on the tower, the Pioneer Pole buildings. Is there anything that needs to be paid or licensed, or does iRacing get any kind of kickbacks essentially for advertising in their game? I mean, you go to every track and they try and have the correct billboards and the correct things at every single track. It's not like it's Joe Mart instead of Walmart or something like that. If it's an actual sponsorship there, that's the one they want to have on the game here. So I've always kind of wondered if there's any licensing issues or kickbacks or anything like that that's involved.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I'm sure, all part of the business plan. I mean, I'm sure some places don't mind the free advertisement and, for, on something simple like a video game. But, maybe there is, but I'm sure it's another aspect that I'll never have to worry about. But, I mean, I'm sure the big dogs have to, see something and, a lot of things are, generalized, but yeah, there are specific companies and gas signs, Chevy and whatnot. There's, I'm sure, all part of the licensing structure for each and every track here. And but right now, how much are the drivers really paying attention to those signs?
And right now, is there a little bump there from Jones into the back end of Rickett going down the Long Pond stretch here. This track you need to pay attention to, especially in through these corners. It's only 3 corners, but they are all 100% different from each other and all modeled after other racetracks out there. But they all, for the most part, typically funnel down to the bottom. Turn 1 can be a little bit different. You may see a couple different lines through turn number 1, but generally turn number 2, you're going to want to get down to the bottom. You can run the middle line, especially if you're going in there too wide. It's possible. You go anywhere further up than the second line, you're going to get the marbles, and it's going to be really tough to get through the corner. Turn 3, kind of the same thing. You want to get down to the bottom, and sometimes if the car is hooked up nicely, you can get all the way down to the yellow apron there, and even on those rumble strips, kind of help that car rotate around to get so far down there on the bottom. You can run the middle line, not really the fastest way around there. Same thing outside line, you don't really want to touch. I think maybe turn 1 you can dabble with the outside line, or at least float up there a little bit, but it's probably the slowest corner on the track after you go down the fastest part of the track down the front stretch. But man, they're nice and tight here. It doesn't matter if the comp caution's another 15 laps or not. They're already racing.
Yeah, back here with Easy Hardy back to 17th, just to kind of see everybody in front. Seeing a couple people touching the wall, coming out of 3, which I obviously be careful, because obviously you'll hinder your runs down the front stretch, and you need every little ounce of edge on your competitor as possible, and the scraped up side of your car is not going to end well at the end of the night if you do it one too many times. But we'll go back up there, see where Jason Crispin is, and before the caution, obviously was starting to pull away, but now maybe figured that he was running a little bit too quick, and is kind of in touch there with number 91, Levi Cohen, and Michael Casey in 3rd.
Pace car at least does have a couple laps led here for Renee, and maybe get the bonus points in the point standings. But speaking of those point standings, it is Michael Casey on top of the points with his 2 wins, as he leads by 25 over Michael Rakes. Billy Rickett in 3rd, Zane Bierman, Andrew Jones for your top 5, then Matthew Jordan, Doug Ivey, Travis Noble, Stephen Harris, Tony Brennan for your top 10 in the points. I know a few drivers may be missing here tonight. I believe Douglas Ivey is at the racetrack at North Wilkesboro. At least he sent some pictures from it. Maybe it was from yesterday or not, but certainly don't see him out there on the track. So it could be why. That could be an okay reason. I don't give him the full pass, because I mean, you're ditching all your friends, all your people to get out there and watch others race around. I don't know if I buy that.
I mean, each your own. I mean, you just missed out on the points. But they got 21 drivers out here tonight, so still a good-sized field. We know how important it is to try to get some part of real life, I guess, outside of the sim. and obviously we're pretty busy here at CRN. Me and Carl have had conversations with each other about getting back in the car a little bit here and there. So might be not as many, but that looked like Steve Harris.
That was the 70 that got 70, a little side draft. A little side draft off of, I believe, Ken Ewell, and it didn't work out too well, but everybody keeps it going straight, keeps it going the right way, so we're still good. Another thing that I got a bone to pick with myself is that years ago at this point, I want to say maybe even 7 at this point, I think it was when Colton was either just born or like my first Father's Day, something like that. My wife got me the pass to go up here for the to actually get in a car and race around Pocono. I've yet to use it. I don't know why. Every summer I think like, okay, this summer we're gonna do it. Like the first couple times I'm like, I want to wait a little bit. No, it never expires. That's one of the good things. On the thing it says it never expires. So I got that going for me. But like the first couple Father's Days, I'm like, I don't want to use it yet. I want the kids to be old enough so they can understand that, I'm out there on the track driving the car. But now, like, what's the excuse? Why do I keep putting it off? Maybe I need to get out of the car virtually here and get some more laps on Pocono to get the feeling back.
Yeah, it's obviously Nico.
Oh, whoa.
70 again there. I have to check up, keep it clean there. Definitely a close one there. The straightaway is so wide, Carl. It's like 5 lanes wide. Essentially, a lot of times, towards the later part of the race, when drivers are really kind of going for it, they call it I've heard 191 mention it as the Pocono State, where everybody's trying to catch that draft because everybody's trying to break the draft. They're not getting that benefit. You can see, obviously Wade here on board, getting by the 20. He's going to use a little bit of that draft there of Matthew Scrippy Jordan to help get by Shane Wheeldon. But
Wheeldon has a meatball as well.
Yeah,
just noticing that. I mean, I didn't see any kind of damage when we were kind of riding right by him there. And I did see a couple of drivers smacking the wall coming out of these corners of turn number 1 and turn number 3. So not sure if at some point he got that, but he is now in pit lane, probably to get that serviced right now. But yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, Pocono is extremely wide. I mean, you can go 5, 6, probably 7 wide if you really want to on these straightaways. Even in the corners, it is extremely wide. Probably the only no part is right here, coming out of turn number 1, you don't want to be below that apron because, well, I guess if you're a motocross driver, you can handle the whoops down there. But in a NASCAR here, it is extremely bumpy, and you can be sent for a ride by getting down below the apron.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been down the apron on the back stretch. Always, maybe too wide and kind of keep that driver on the outside, so you got at least the middle lane. But the bottom, no, not so much. I think I'd back out and fall on the line. It's that push through 2 is pretty tricky, as you need all that room. And that was Steve Harris off the wall 3 in the back there. But yeah, right now still Jason Crispin out front, and then number 98 with the 91 of Levi Poland in second, and Michael Casey in third. Jorge Ledesma, like we said, it's been a little while since we've seen him on the track. But out there, again, here, sitting in heat number 4. Had a good qualifying start in the second. But he has his hands full right now with Zane Bierman and Michael Rick.
I know it's early in the race and yet to be seen, but for the 7 there, Billy Rickett, this is the lowest we've seen him qualify back there in 10th, and kind of just hanging right outside the top 10. I don't know if he's just biding his time or if there's no pace here at Pocono for the 7. We'll hopefully see maybe a little bit later here in the race, but some of the other drivers are the more familiar ones. Levi Poland, this is the earliest this season, I believe, that we've seen the 91 up there challenging. He's been in some of the races, later in the races you start seeing him poking his way up towards the front, but typically he's been, towards the back half of the top 10 or back half of the top 5 for most of the race, but now up there in that second place, so a good start for him. Casey up there in third, obviously the points leader, has had plenty of success this season. You mentioned Ledesma back out here. We know the success that he's had here at 191, and then Zane Bierman, who's been still kind of riding a hot streak now for about a season and a half, just this season seems like he's not catching enough breaks that he really wants to have here at the end, and getting caught up in some things, which can happen. But good run here from Hardy. Looking the inside here of Anderson, going to pick up 11th as him and Rickett start to move their way up a little bit towards the front of the field. We're down to 7 laps until we get that comp caution.
Yeah, just a few laps here, and obviously it takes. Obviously, some of the drivers figure some things out. Maybe they can get the practice they wanted on the track, and then they start finding their way with these first few laps. So it's not. Oh wow, there was a little wiggle there from the number 30 of Easy. As maybe some aero tightness, and obviously somebody on the back bumper taking the air off too. So. Kind of in a pickle. Obviously, we know clean air works great, a lot better than dirty air. So, like right now, where Billy Rickett is, he doesn't have anybody on his front nose, but the 30 making a pass.
And one thing that you do see, and I don't know if Scott Henderson has the iRacing track map up or not, but Henderson needs to get at least one of those laps back here at the comp caution. He's down 2 laps right now. But Shane Wheeldon is the other one that had the meatball, came in, got the service done, got the meatball taken care of. But he is only about maybe 5 to 10 seconds ahead of your leader right now. You see Wheeldon just in front of the 98 on the track map there. He's got fresher tires, so he should be able to pull away from Jason Chrisman. But I'm sure that's something that Henderson has got one eye on, because he doesn't want to have a lucky dog taken away from him if Wheeldon ends up getting lapped here before the comp caution.
Yeah, I mean that would hurt Scotty a lot, obviously. But you can see, because the track is so big, you can make a pit stop and come back out and still be on the lead lap. So, and maybe those new tires are helping, Wheeldon out here and keep them on the lead lap. It's where you want to be. You don't have to stay out there. And I mean, I guess Scotty obviously doesn't want them there, but you can see here Jason Chrisman trying to break that draft a little bit, and Levi Poland not going down there, but because Michael Casey back on that back bumper is able to push that 91 just as quick, and obviously Jason's taking himself out of the equation by having 2 other cars working against him. But we're on lap number 21. Levi Poland is on that back bumper of Jason Chrisman, and kind of wonder, will he make a move here to possibly get out front here before the state or comp car.
We've seen more times than not, these drivers know it's getting close to that lap number 25. They know they're going to get a caution. It's almost like it's the end of the race before the end of the race, and they really go hard after it, even though all they're doing is basically going to be able to get into pits first and hope that their pit crew can do everything that they can to get them out first and then into the lead for the restart. But that's really all you're getting. You still got, in this case, 2/3 of the race still to go. You're going to have 25 down, still 50 more to go here at Pocono, and it's a long way. I mean, certainly the clean air is nice if you can get out in front, these drivers really race hard before the 25 laps is up here, but coming up on it here in just a couple laps. So we'll see if Chrisman can hold off Casey, who is now up into 2nd place. Poland shuffled back to 3rd, but all 3 of them are less than a quarter second from each other.
Yeah, real close up front, and obviously I'm kind of keeping my eye here on the number 30 is up 7 spots. So start back at 17th, currently keeping 10th, Carl, and obviously turning some pretty decent laps that kind of mirror the leaders. Actually, he was faster last time by, so it's going to be interesting to see how the 30 kind of pans out after this comp caution, and it gets a little closer to those up front.
I mean, do we have another, Michael Pratt situation where it seems like Hardy, more often than not, is going to start from the back of the field, and by halfway he's starting to work his way through pretty good, and started here in 17th and up 7 spots, as Jimmy mentioned, up in the top 10 right now. So looking pretty good so far. But right now, one of the only Toyotas in the field. Jason Chrisman is your leader. The other Toyota, Shane Wheeldon, obviously had his issues, got the meatball, and he is the final car on the lead lap. So bookending the lead lap cars right now are the Toyotas.
Yeah, we're on lap number 20. We're starting lap number 24, so I don't know if do they throw the flag at the start of 25, or do they throw the flag at the end of 25?
I think it's whenever Big Daddy decides to get a little itchy trigger finger and decides to throw that thing. It's usually I think they try and have at least the top 10 cross the line, but so we should see it probably. I don't know if it's going to be next time by or the lap after, as we're coming up on completing lap number 24 this time by. Still Jason Chrisman in the lead. Poland now back in second place, just over Mike Casey, as they got a good battle for second. I'm sure Chrisman doesn't mind them battling for second place. It's just less that they have to battle with him, as the pit lane entrances are closed. So the drivers will not be able to go in here as the comp caution is looming, and sure enough, there it is as they come out of turn number 3. The comp caution is out, and we're going to get them, I'm sure, everybody down into pit road.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Henderson will, I believe, be the lucky dog. I believe Shane Wheeldon. Yeah, Shane Wheeldon kept it in front of the leader, so he'll be able to drive all the way around the track and catch back up.
Yeah, I'll be able to catch up. Allow Steve Harris to kind of catch up too, and we kind of know a little bit about Steve. I was newer to iRacing, but we found him over in Core, but came from doing Draft Masters and big 2.5 mile super speedway as well. This is a 2.5 mile track, but no super speedway, so it's a little bit tougher, and it drives a lot. Like the corners are so unique. It's hard to set the car up. Typically, if somebody does well here, they can usually do pretty well at Indy as well, as the unique corners kind of fit each other in driving style. But it's just kind of a unique track. And like I said, it's the tricky triangle for a reason.
So everybody finishing up and officially taking the yellow flag via Barney, and we'll get them all bunched up here behind the pace car. I don't see why anybody would decide to stay out here. I'm not sure what the fuel mileage is. I don't think they'll be able to make it to the end on this pit stop right here. I don't think they'll be able to make 50 laps here at Pocono. It seems like a pretty big stretch, pretty big ask for these drivers, but I would expect a pit stop here in the second half of this race, and maybe smack dab in the middle of it if we don't get any kind of cautions, and right around that lap 50 mark. But field's slowing down here, getting picked up by the pace car, and we'll see everybody go to work in the pits. Jason Chrisman has led this thing from the rip as the pole sitter. He's had a few little challenges here and there, but he's held steady, and Levi Poland is going to be the one that follows him down into pit road. Mike Casey, Jorge Ledesma, and Zane Bierman, your top 5 heading in. What's the top 5 going to be coming out?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, for sure. Interesting is, everybody kind of got closed up here, so, I don't think anybody's going to be trying to pull any fast ones here tonight. But another driver that's got moved to the field pretty good, too, here. Besides the 30 is the number 23 of Matthew Scruffy Jordan, so another driver to keep your eye on here. And like I said, sometimes the drivers just take it easy before the comp caution, so they don't have to burn their fast repair. But obviously some still do. But Steve Harris is already in the pits. No, he took the access road. I was wondering what he was doing. You don't have to take that.
It means super safe.
It's super safe, and Tony Brennan with a unique pit's choice, I guess.
I don't know, because I'm seeing a pit lap time, but I don't see a pit lap, so I don't know what the heck happened there with the 65. if he actually made any kind of pit stop. I don't see any pit time. I see that he went through the pits, but maybe he missed his pit box, and we'll see if he comes back in this next time by. And very well. Well, here's
the world of modern technology.
Yeah, exactly. Here's another question I have for you along those lines. I mean, not that there's really any kind of benefits or anything like that, but obviously, to be able to pit coming to the one to go, you have to have come into the pits prior to that. Now, do you actually need to make a pit stop prior to that, or can you basically just do a drive-through? You know, kind of like Brennan just did right there. If you're planning on coming in and topping off on fuel, can you potentially do just a drive-through like that and then come back in with coming to the one to go to actually get your pit stop and top off on fuel? You're going to go to the back of the pack anyways. You see now Brennan coming in, and maybe the first time by was just to see where his pit stall was. Maybe he radioed in and they're eating ice cream. So hopefully they put it down and he'll be able to get a pit stop done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I kind of figured. I didn't expect to be Tony Brennan to be able to make it around without stopping, and with them, being a little farther back. And the Thunder Lords are back in the neighborhood, so hopefully my power stays on. The pit stops are done. Jason Crispin is going to come out your leader, and then Zane Bierman with a great pit stop finds himself there in second. Dale Garner Jr. finds himself in there as well, up there in third. Then Michael Casey in fourth, Jorge Ledesma in fifth, Levi Poland falls to sixth, and Easy Hardy up to seventh, up 10 spots. Michael Rakes back in eighth, Zach Gear back in ninth, and then up 8 spots, Matthew Scrippy Jordan, Paul Helms, Travis Noble, Ken Ewell, Andrew Jones, Billy Ricketts, Shane Wilden, Bryson Anderson, Tony Brennan, Wade Inyard, Steve Harris still in pits. So he gets going, and then Scotty Henderson out there as well. But see now, Harris is now a lap down. So not being able to get on the, I don't know what happened with Steve, but kind of trapped Scotty back there.
He's been in the pits now for 3 minutes, and looks like now is finally going to come back out there. But yeah, this is a strange situation here, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think Scotty is now down 1 lap. So only showed him down 2, because I'm showing him by iRacing down 1. But either way, we'll get it figured out here as we're going to get this thing back underway. Pace car lights are out. Gonna make that hard left-hand turn into pit lane, and somehow keep that thing under control. Some good downforce on that pace car. Maybe that's why Renee picked it to win. But either way, green flag back out. Jason Crispin leading him down the front stretch.
Yeah, and he's able to get a nice start, and even Mike Casey gets a pretty nice start, able to pull up in front of Zane Bierman and get a little higher entry line, and bring it down. But that moves Jorge Ledesma right below. Dale Garner Jr. just edging him out in the back stretch.
Don't forget, want to thank our sponsors here for the series. It's obviously going to be Kim's Cups and More, One Vision EMS and Transports, and Beyond the Edge, as a little Harry right there for sure. Little more lore from Pocono, just kind of reading in this a little bit more as double dipping here, watching the race, and doing a little light reading along the way, and mainly when it comes to the original owner. So apparently the original track owner, Joe Doc Mattioli, was a successful Philadelphia dentist who quit his practice one day in 1960 and wanted to have a little bit more adventurous life. And a chance encounter in the airport lounge is where he ended up meeting someone that basically talked him into buying land in Pocono, just to, I guess he was talking his ear off, and just to get room, he's like, yeah, okay, fine, here's my card, and let me know when everything is ready to get underway. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, he got the phone call and said that they were ready, and he jokes that that everybody says that he got in on the ground floor, but he said that wasn't true. There wasn't any ground. He had to actually buy the ground to get the thing underway to begin with, and he ended up having to pay off the mortgage just to prove that he was legit and wanted to get into this. So pretty crazy how things started back here in the 60s at Pocono. But we've got a new race leader out front. Excuse me. It is Mike Casey taking over the lead from Jason Chrisman, or at least battling with him, because Chrisman doesn't want to give it up.
Yeah, right on the back bumper, and I could see, it's still super early. We're only on lap 31 and 75, not even at the halfway mark yet, and probably a pit stop. So maybe Jason's maybe saving a little fuel and tires and make things a little bit easier here at Pocono for himself here. But keeping Mike real comfortable up there, I guess, is right on his back bumper. And Zay Bierman obviously there in P number 2, Dale Gardner Jr. in 4th. Levi Poland still back there in 5th behind number 31, and then Michael Rakes back in 6th. Jorge Ledesma does slide back to 7th, and Easy Hardy currently in 8th. He's battling there with Zach Pierre.
Sure, I mentioned this several times, but for those that don't know, and those are just tuning in and learning about Pocono, we'll keep the lesson going here with, as I mentioned earlier, all of the turns here at Pocono are unique, and they were designed off of corners from other tracks. Turn 1 was inspired by the now defunct Trenton Speedway with 14 degrees of banking. The tunnel turn, which is turn number 2, is designed based off of a turn at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with 9 degrees of banking. And then turn number 3 with 6 degrees of banking is built, designed by the Milwaukee Mile. That turns at the Milwaukee Mile, which is not a short track, Jimmy. I know it's only a mile, but it's not a short track. But either way, very unique here, all the way around the track. And one thing that's a shame. I get it, but
I used to have to run a mile and a half in the Navy, so if I can run it, it's short.
Okay, all right, TJ. Some of the best racing that I've seen up here at Pocono has been the Indy cars. The Indy cars are fantastic up here. They absolutely fly, but that brings in the inherent risk as well. And there's been some really devastating crashes and some fatal crashes here at Pocono, and it's led IndyCar to leave Pocono for quite some time, and they came back, and the G-forces are just too much for IndyCar drivers here. So 2019 was the last straw when Felix Rosenquist was hospitalized following a 5-car collision, leading to Wickens, among others, to book a recall for Pocono to be removed from the schedule. And as of 2020, it was removed, and probably no signs of it coming back, unfortunately. But either way, we get to enjoy it here tonight with the 191 Motorsports. If you want to get out in an IndyCar here virtually, you can do that as well and have some fun. It is fast.
Yeah, it's the one race where I practiced my butt off on the Formula car, and I fell asleep. Didn't show up until about halfway through, and I was a little upset because definitely had speed that night for this track in the IndyCar, and like you said, they don't come here very often, and that series that we had in Core, obviously, that was the year that I graduated over to the Core Premier Series, so we never really came back here and rode that car. But those are the times that you had it, but just something happens. Whether it's a nap, power flicker, the wheel going out. Brakes not working. There's all kinds of things that go wrong with this sim being online, but it does give us a good platform to kind of get out here and do something that you enjoy doing. And racing's a competition, but this is a lot safer than if you do this in real life. And it can be a little pricey, but it is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many times where I see people, saying that they're their wife yelled at him for, building a sim rig for $2,800, but I explained to her that I saved, considering it was $280,000 to actually race. So it's only 10% of what I could have spent. So conversation over.
That's for one race.
Exactly. Ooh, getting a little close there, heading into the tunnel turn, but some good racing out here as we are closing in on the halfway mark, as we're going to be taking it this time by Levi Poland, the newest leader out front right now, as he's moved to the front with Zane Bierman in second, Mike Casey shuffled back to third, Jason Grisman shuffled back to fourth, Dale Garner in fifth. Then you got Rakes, Hardy, Ledesma, Rickett, and Pierre for your top 10. But as we cross that halfway point here tonight, Jimmy, I think it's about time we give a little love to hear it.
A little bit of love here.
Sights and sounds from the Pocono Raceway here for the 191 Motorsports. As bathroom break, Taco Bell, another bathroom break, and that and Jimmy signing some headphones for some lucky fans out there. We're back now. We're back, and I know all of you miss us out there, especially Spider Bones, but back on the air here once again, and watching a few cars get involved in some issues here, and certainly going to mix up the order here quite a bit, as we've seen a pretty big one there on the front stretch. We still have, I believe, if I can get up here on my side, 15. Yeah, we still got 15 cars on the lead lap, but plenty of cars now one lap down, which is not good for Scott Anderson. Still stuck 2 laps down back there in 20th. Zach Pierre now 6 laps down, and I believe that might be the I know Zach Pierre's still out there. He's trying to catch back up to the field right now, but the field is double back up. It is Mike Casey, Jason Chrisman on the front row, Zane Bierman, Dale Garner Jr., Billy Rickett for your top 5, Michael Rakes, Matthew Jordan, Ken Ewell, Shane Wheeldon, Paul Helms, and Travis Noble for your top 11. As I went 1-2-4 there, Levi Poland back there in 12th after getting involved in one of those incidents, as he already involved in his latest incident as well back there in 13th. So we'll see if they make their way through the field. But pace car is in, heading to the Pocono restart zone, and back to the green flag.
We got a few cars out there pit on lap number 43, so they're kind of towards the back part of the lead lap, and I'm wondering how much of a difference it's going to make for some of those drivers as they wait in here back into the pits. Maybe an unscheduled pit stop, but Mike Casey leads them down the way through turns 1, back to the back stretch. Got Zane Bierman and Dale Garner Jr. side by side.
And Michael Rakes on that outside line as well, trying to use that draft to get on by the 55. Not going to be able to do it here into the tunnel turn. He's going to have to take to the outside line. 3 wide here through the tunnel turn. Not advised. A little bit of a scrape to the outside wall there for the Blues, the 19 of Ken Ewell. And now a dive to the inside here from Paul Helms, our in-race reporter here tonight, hoping to try and get an interview at the end of this race in the top 3, but gonna have to do some driving to get through this field right here. As look on board here with Levi Poland, looking at the back of Travis Noble here on the front stretch. But Michael Casey leads the way for now, as Jason Crispin now looking for the lead.
Yeah, down underneath Mike into turn number 1. Okay, Mike use that high side to get the momentum. And he currently has it just a little bit, but he needs to be able to push by, and Crispin's going to fall in behind between him and the number 31 Dale Garner Jr.
I don't know how much room was in between there. Maybe a little Crisco on the bumpers to slide in there, but Crispin makes it in there, but now slides a little wide through the tunnel turn. Looks like 31 content to just stay behind for now, but now looking to the inside here for second place into turn number 3 is Garner, but he's going to back out of it as Crispin drives in there hard, rakes hard to the inside there, gets a little bump from the 7 of Rickett, almost got into the side of the 55 of Bierman. Real close racing here, as it's definitely amping up. We still got about 30 laps to go, just under that, as man, cars diving all over the place. It's starting to get racy here at Pocono.
Yeah, laps are starting to come down, and I think, like I said, there's a few drivers that are back there, maybe on newer tires. Levi Poland might be one of them. Obviously caught in a little bit of traffic at the moment, so he needs to take his time so he can maybe have something for the leaders in the meantime. But plenty of laps still remaining. We're on lap number 48 of 75. Michael Casey is the leader over Jason Crispin, Dale Garner Jr. And then Zane Bierman, Michael Rakes, Billy Rickett, Matthew Jordan, Levi Poland, Ken Ewell, and Travis Noble make up your top 10.
I tend to agree. I'd love to see all the drivers out there get a win at some point here in the series. But I do got to say that it's been some pretty good parity for this season, as we have seen 7 different drivers get a win here through the first 9 races, which in my opinion is pretty damn good. Only 2 drivers, Bryce Saucier and Michael Casey, have 2 wins on the season. So we'll see if we get our 8th different winner here tonight at Pocono. I'm sure your pole sitter would like to be one of them, as it's been quite some time since we've seen Jason Crispin get up there and get himself a win here in the 191 Motorsports. He's been in the hunt many times, and there's a reason he's one to kind of watch each time he's out there. And Levi Poland, same way. He's had plenty of success here last season. Still waiting for his first success here this season and cracking through and getting that first win. But right now, clock is not even close to midnight yet. It's not even close to really go time. We still got another 25 laps in this thing, but now is the time where we could have a bit of a break out. Yeah, I thought I seen some cars sideways. No, we're good. We're good. Just see out the corner of the eye. I was gonna say now I feel like we're in line for that first maybe a good long green flag run, which could be good for some. But this is the point where, if you're in that front group right now, a bit of a breakaway at the front of the field. If you've lost track of that front field, you may have lost track of your chance to get a win.
I mean, there's still quite a few drivers in this lead group, obviously led by Michael Casey, but then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 6 cars right behind them, and even the 7th car isn't that far back either, but you can see them here behind Michael Casey, trying to go down to the inside. Jason Crispin is going to get a run here, down to the inside here for turn number 1. Garner's going to go with him. Casey out there alone. Can he get that momentum out of 1? He is going to pull back alongside of the 98. We talked about the outside on a few corners, different tracks where, the driver on the inside, where the inside might be faster, Carl, but if the driver on the outside is there, they can't float up, so they have to let up, and that allows the outside driver to make that turn and keep on going and keep their lead, or at least be able to battle them down the next straight. But Michael Casey makes it work here, gets back in front of Jason Crispin. Right now, working their way through turn number 3. Crispin looking a little bit lower than Casey, and that could pose a little bit of an issue, but Casey is able to get a pretty decent run there down the front stretches. Crispin continues to try to track down Casey to get back by. Dale Gardner Jr. back there as well, being followed by Busy here. Michael Rakes, seeing drivers kind of poking their way around back there. And I think that's Billy Rickett down to the inside of Levi Poland, or maybe Levi going around on the outside, now looking down at the inside of the 18.
Well, yeah, that's kind of where I've been keeping my eye on it as well, because Poland is one of those cars that came in on lap number 43, got himself some fresh tires. It's only 5 laps. I know some of those were under caution, but any little bits counts, and any little bit will absolutely help. And now he's worked his way up into the top 5. Keep an eye on that Ford EcoBoost number 91, working his way up through the field. I've seen Crispin get alongside Casey a couple times, especially through turn 1 there. He used the side draft all the way down the front stretch to get a good run. We'll see if he tries to do it again here, but it's the side draft down the long pond stretch, which seems like he's not willing to do. He gets alongside, gets a good run. I know Casey fights him back there on the outside, but I feel like if Crispin can stick to his side and get a little bit closer, get a little side draft down into the tunnel turn, if he can stay alongside down the long pond stretch, I feel like having that inside into the tunnel turn could be huge for the 98.
Got right on board with Zane, just taking over Pete on the 3. We'll get Dale Gardner Jr. on the outside. That's why you see Zane kind of down the middle of the track here, head down into turn number 2. And the 98 just kind of tucked down, but below him. And obviously the 55's got to give room, but there's enough room for him to pull up in front there. But Levi Poland now right behind Zane Bierman, back in P number 4. So the number 91 making a charge here as the front leaders are starting to battle a little bit as this thing starts to wind down. There's still a lot of laps still remaining, still 22 laps and 2.5 miles. So still looking at almost 50 miles to go, Carl.
A bit of a breakaway here from the top 9 drivers as Casey, Crispin, Bierman, Poland, Garner, your top 5. Rakes, Rickett, Noble, Jordan in that top 9. Helms right there in the top 10 as well. But they kind of been breaking away here a little bit from the rest of the field. Now battle again. This time, Crispin, listen to me, gets to the inside here through the tunnel turn, still side by side, and it looks like he is going to finally clear that 6, and it's going to allow Bierman now to jump to the inside going into turn number 3. Drifts up there, almost gets into the side of the 5, trying to get the run. Normally we have to look back in the pack for the battlefield. Jimmy hits up here in the top 6, 7.
Yeah, it's Ben right here.
Yes, I said
obviously,
that.
Levi Poland on the back bumper of Michael Casey, pushes him up there, and feed him 2 gets around. Zane Bierman gets that number 91 back up there in the top 3. So on a podium at the moment is now the number 91 with a few extra lap tires. They're going to put the pressure on Michael Casey, and they're probably going to be able to drive this here to see if he gets underneath, and that could allow Zane Bierman to take advantage there. He's on the same tires as Michael Casey, but you know, if he gets if the 91 of Levi Poland can get underneath the 6 and Zane is right there, can take advantage of Casey, you know, having to kind of check up just a little bit. He can find himself moving past Casey as well, but Casey's still fighting off Levi Poland, who does bounce off the ball there a little bit, and that's not a good look there. As I look down at Levi's car, I see damage pop up on that car. Yep, a little scratch.
Yeah, a little scratch is great that the paint's not clean anymore. That may not buff out, but it's not dinged up. It's got no dents in it. It's got no wrinkle fenders, so it should still be fast. And you see it right there, able to clear and get up to Mike Casey. Having a 4-car breakaway now, as this field has been mighty racy at the front, and now have kind of broken into a couple of mini packs here of 4 and 5. As at the front, it is the 4-car breakaway of your leader now, Jason Christman, Mike Casey, Levi Poland, Zane Bierman, and then already got a 1.5-second gap back to this field here, which doesn't seem like they want to be done battling each other, as it is Dale Garner Jr., Michael Rakes, Billy Rickett, Travis Noble, and riding on board here with Matthew Jordan. So he's just content, kind of hanging in line right now, maybe, you know, urging these guys that, hey, we can't stop battling. We're starting to lose the front field here. They're single file, they're in line, and they're checking out.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what happens, and they were looking to battle, but you see you got 3 wide here with Billy Rickett down to the inside. Scuffy George's going to take the outside line, following number 31, Dale Garner Jr. Rake's kind of stuck in the middle. He can't quite fall in behind the 31 yet there, and he does. But they're going to be stuck on that outside going through the tunnel turn. The inside line is going to need to let up just a little bit so they get their car to rotate. That's going to allow that outside line to kind of stay equal to them and start going by, as it does look like Garner Jr. is able to get out front there, but Rakes is holding tight there with Billy Rickett here as they exit turn number 3.
Taking a look at pretty interesting, just looking from that point of view there, and seeing the tire there from Rakes, and it seemed like the tire was really turned to the left, really trying to work that car through turn number 3. I'm not sure how accurate that was. If it was, it seemed like he's scrubbing off quite a bit of that tire on the 18. We'll see how that plays out. As now Jordan gets a little racy there, but he's going to back in line, and looks like Noble going to fall back in line. Paul Helm's done a good job here catching back up to this field, and now the top 10 all kind of have their own little battles here, but it's out front. It's even starting to break up here a little bit in that top 4, because Jason Crispin is in the lead. He's got now Levi Poland in second. Those newer tires working very well for that 91. The 6 of Mike Casey still there in third, but Zane Bierman starting to get left behind here a little bit.
Yeah, it's really easy. That's the. He's good. Yeah, he's good. I thought I'd seen a little damage on Zane's car. You get pushy with these cars, and obviously, even the dirty air, you can't get the car to rotate as much. But he's able to keep getting around here at a good clip. So keeping him in that top 4 at the moment, as they're kind of starting to race up here up front, and with 17 laps to go, if these top 3 start battling it out, they can find themselves with their hands full of these next 6 cars that are kind of working their way through. And there's a few of those cars, nobody really kind of making their way up to the pack with the newer tires, with the exception of Levi Poland. Keezy Hardy back in 11th, so been able to get a couple spots back. Just back a few spots. I think I seen him down +4. So back in 13th, and he's going to make his way up there. But, little touch there, maybe
not sure what happened there from Noble. Yeah, for Noble and the 64 there, Paul Helm's going to be getting together. It's going to shuffle them back here just a little bit. Certainly a lot for the 70 of Noble and checking out, see any meatball in him at all. But man, heck of a battle here in the back half of the top 10, as now the 19 of Ken Ewell trying to work his way through here as a lap car, trying to get back up there. He's got some fresh tires, and you see how much those fresh tires will do. Easily drives past this entire group that's been battling forever, but don't want to drive it that hard, as almost gets up there in the wall. And now he's got his sights set on trying to get up and get his lap back the hard way before this thing ends. But that's what's going to happen here pretty soon, as we're getting down to the end of it. It is now down to 15 laps to go. Those are 3 wide, and here comes a 31 into the pits. Jimmy, I've been kind of keeping an eye on that. I've been wondering, because these drivers came in on lap number 38. It's a pretty good chunk of time to get all the way to the end. I was surprised more people didn't come in on lap number 43, but do we have a fuel mileage race on our hands? Certainly the 91 may be looking pretty good here, as he drives right up on the backside of the 98, gives him a little shove, and looks like Levi maybe wants to drive away with Crispin, make this a 2-car race before he goes to battle.
Yeah, maybe some of the other cars starting to back off just a little bit because of the fuel situation. That might be why you've seen the 55 kind of back off. You know, maybe looking for, you know, to go a little bit longer here. See if a caution were to come out. Garner's out. He's down in the way. And here they come down the front stretch. So here comes Crispin coming down. He is going to be able to work his way down to turn number 1 and get that car up to speed. So he's in a good spot for Dale Garner Jr. Now it's just to use the tires, and you know, 14 laps on brand new tires is going to be, you know, pretty nice to be out there, just kind of turn, you know, as fast as laps you can. Nobody to work with though, so there's that there. So Dale Garner Jr. sitting at MP number 13 as he works his way down to turn number 2. As Jason Crispin and gang are just now on the backstretch, just now entering turn number 2. So got a little bit of a little gap there for the number 31 of Dale Garner Jr. to possibly maybe pull something off here as this race starts to unfold. It's lap number 14 laps to go, and Jason Crispin is really.
Yeah, I really feel like Levi Poland could have taken the lead by now, but I think he's content staying right behind that 98. He wants to push the 98 and himself away from Mike Casey to make this just a 2-car battle, no matter what happens here at the end, as they come up on Zach Pierre, lap car in front of them. Was going to try and give him the line, but they weren't close enough to him, so he's going to take it into turn number 1. But unfortunately for the 91, the 6 of Mike Casey is not going anywhere, and maybe just kind of hanging back here, hoping that these two burn off some more of their tires and get fight right back into this thing.
Yeah, not giving up by no means here. 13 laps to go. It's just kind of when and if anybody else needs to pit is the question here. You know, it's kind of questionable as we've seen 31 pit really early. And, you know, obviously it's a good spot to take your tires. You know, about 15 laps is pretty much when the tires really start going the junk here at Pocono. You know, anywhere between 10 and 12. So if you can get out there, come in with 15 laps to go, that means you can run all out, all the way to the end. You got enough fuel. Anything can happen. You know, even if these drivers were to, you know, caution them to come out, they're probably thinking, oh, I got to take new tires. So you'd probably see these group come in. That would give Garner, you know, a good opportunity to, you know, be right up there in front and then catch the back. So he is on a lead lap. So I'd keep your eyes out on the 60 as we still have 12 laps to go here. And I'm wondering if there's any other cars out there really kind of trying to fuel save to make this thing go in.
Yeah, again, we don't know exactly what the fuel window is for the cars out here tonight. We haven't had a green flag run to give us any ideas either, but certainly keeping an eye on what these drivers are doing. The fact that Garner pit that early, you know, on lap number 60, it would kind of shook me. I'm like, you know, is this going to be needed for everybody, or did, you know, maybe he had some damage and he didn't have a meatball, but it was enough that he figured, you know what, I got to come in and get this thing repaired, just have a somewhat decent car to run this thing to the end. So maybe we're blowing this all out of proportion, but now Bryson Anderson into the pits in 12th place. So another driver that last bit of lap number 38 in the pit lane.
The 62 coming down. We know, you know, Bryson has had his fair share of smacking the wall here tonight, but it's the big thing is he was in on lap 37. Same, just a lap prior to Jason Christman, that was in on lap 38. Michael Casey, lap 38. So, but Michael Casey maybe playing the smart card, trying to get a little bit of draft and save. You see Zach Pierre back there, and he's back at 21st, obviously a few laps down, but it was in on lap number 50. So, probably a lot better situation and to go the rest of the way. But I don't think Zach, with being as many laps as he's down, I don't think he's gonna be battling with these leaders up here. They're trying to figure this thing out. Do have this 62 coming up.
Trying to stay out of the way, but obviously, just coming out of the pits right there, and there's no access road here at Pocono through turn number 1. You come out of the pits, and you're kind of entering right there at turn number 1, and there's no apron really to drive on. You're up there on the track right away. So good job there, 62, just keeping it down there on the bottom, letting these leaders go on by on the top side. But certainly keep an eye on fuel strategy for some of these drivers. This is looking back here at 5th and 6th, Billy Rickett and Matthew Jordan, both of them pit on lap number 38. But we haven't really been seeing anybody trying to save fuel here, but maybe they're all knowing that they got to come in regardless. Looks like neither of these cars are going to come in this lap by. Jason Christman now is going to be passed for the lead here. It looks like Levi Poland's tired of waiting around. Looking now to the inside here. Meanwhile, the 62 rail riding on the outside, got a ton of steam. Looking for, okay, where do you want me to go, boys? I need by. I'm a lot faster right now. He's way down the inside, and he's going to end up backing out of it all and letting these drivers do a little bit of battling. But you almost kind of feel bad there for the 62 with the run that he had, and Anderson had to back out of it. Now right behind Mike Casey as Casey slides into place. Christman is going to hold off maybe the first attempt of many here from the 91.
Yeah, and right there you see the 62 on the outside. So
it's
much
like
more.
racing.
Off the wall, right in front of Levi Poland. That could have spelled disaster. But able to keep hold of it there, and obviously the 91 and 6 trying to use that momentum with the 62, but now they're going to dive back down to the inside. It's one thing to have tires where you could drive anywhere. It's
like
being able to, yeah, anywhere. I mean, 62 just sent it around the 98.
It's like it's multi-class racing. It's comical how much more speed the 62 had there. But he's finally going to clear, and now it's going to leave it back to a 3-car battle here at the front. We'll see, I'm sure, some more lap cars play into this before this is over, but we're getting down towards the end of this thing. We're down to about 7 laps to go here, and it is still Christman, Poland, Casey, the top 3 breaking away. Bierman still in 4th place. Scruffy, Jordan, and Billy Rickett now in 5th and 6th, and trying to run down the 55, but he's got a pretty good gap on them right now, so not sure who's playing the fuel game, who's not, what we're in store for here for the final few laps.
Yeah, I mean, 5 extra laps, so if Crispin and Casey can go 2 laps, we know that Poland's good to go, and it'll be along the lines with the other drivers that were in on lap number 43 as well. Should be good to go, but still up in question for the drivers that came in on lap number 38. Were the drivers that came in there around lap 60, were they experiencing problems that hit the wall too much? Right now, I'm about to find out as this race comes down to an end here, as we got 7 laps to go, about to be 6, but Jason Christman is your current leader here as he heads down through turns number 3. Going to take another run down that front straight.
Poland closes in again. Casey just trying to hold on to the draft. If he loses it, it could be real tough to get back in it unless they start really going after each other here at the front. As Christman diving around here a little bit, trying to break the draft as much as he can, but we are down now to the final 6 laps of this race here at Pocono tonight. Christman still leads, but only by 1/10 of a second. Poland, Casey, your top 3 breakaway. Looking back now at Paul Helms, our in-race reporter, pre-race reporter here in the 64, hanging on to an 8th place finish. We're sure not exactly where he wanted to be. I'm sure he wanted to get up here, get himself a second interview, being up here in the top 3, but the race really didn't come to him here tonight. Battle back here is now a 3-car battle as Hezzy Hardy coming up here to Jordan and Rickett, and making a 3-car battle here for the top 5 position. That is now going to be in the hands briefly of Rickett, but Jordan fights back on the outside.
Yeah, and he's got a few lap older or newer tires, and decides to go with Jordan there and be able to go around on the outside as they head down the front stretch down to turn number 1. For he's looking to make it by Matthew Jordan as well, able to get that little bit lower line. We'll see if he can get the run out of the corner. He make a run down to the tunnel turn, but right now falls in behind the number 23 of Matthew Scruffy Jordan there. Your biggest mover of the race is Matthew Scruffy Jordan. He's up 13 spots, and then right behind him, up 11 spots, Izzy Hart.
Well, if it stands, if there's no fuel issues here tonight, somebody in chat's going to be happy. Either, Spider Bones is going to be happy that Levi Poland gets a win, or even Jason Crispin, because it's a new winner on the season, or Barry, and whether she likes to win or not, Renee will be happy with Mike Casey getting a 3rd win on the night here tonight. So it can be interesting here as we're down to now 4 laps to go here at Pocono. Still got 10 miles of racing, and is there enough fuel is the question. I mean, certainly it looks like no matter what happens, Levi Poland is good to go on fuel. He bit 5 laps later than Crispin and Casey, so the math's out that Poland is good to go. The question is, does Crispin and Casey have enough fuel to even battle with the 91 at the end here? I mean, it certainly seems like Crispin is going all out. I don't think he's saving any kind of fuel here at the end. He's trying to hold off Poland.
Yeah, he's trying. I don't think he's, doing anything to save any kind of fuel. I haven't heard any huge saves by any, and you see Billy Rickett taking the extreme inside corner there, coming out of 3 to keep with this battle here in front of him between the 30 and 23 of Matthew Scruffy Jordan here. And this is with 6th and 7th, and a great battle here. This is the other battle on the track besides the leaders as they continue to get around here, and I think just trying to get this car around here and get the run off of the corners here. But our leaders, Jason Crispin, Levi Poland, and Michael Casey, 1, 2, 3, as they're starting to put a little bit of gap there on Michael. I would say maybe Mike's content where he's at the moment. I don't know if he's got anything left in the 6 here tonight to get up with the likes of Levi Poland and Jason Crispin for the win.
Yeah, maybe just kind of hanging back, maybe saving a little bit of tires for the end, but he's going to have to make a late run here because they're starting to stretch it out here. It's about 3/4 of a second, almost out of drafting range here for Casey down the front stretch, but I'm sure we haven't seen the last battle yet between Crispin and Poland, as we're down now to 2 laps to go, just 5 miles here at Pocono to decide the winner here tonight. And it's been a really great one out here. Hope you enjoyed it up to this point. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like, subscribe, get you in touch with everything that Syrian has to offer. And I want to thank our sponsors, Kim's Cups and more, One Vision EMS and Transports, and Beyond the Edge. As getting close to the edge there was the 91, trying everything he can as the 98 gets a little loose out of turn number 2. Poland going to stay in line for now, heading into turn number 3. Casey dropping back further and further. His fight may be done here for the night. The 91 looking to the inside, trying to get it rotated off the corner. Just can't get to the inside of the 98, but 98 of Crispin a little loose as they go nose to tail on the front stretch. White flag in the air, 91 to the inside.
And 91 down to the inside, and maybe getting a little bit away from Crispin, trying to break the side draft up a little bit, gets a better run into 1 and a good turn there, and that could be the difference between the tires. It's a fantastic run out, so he's going to get the lead over the 98 as they head down into the tunnel turn. They only got a few more turns left here this one.
Poland still leads heading into the tunnel turn. Crispin tries to go a little bit deep there and maybe tried to get to the bumper there already in turn number 2. It's not going to pay off for him. He's going to lose a ton of time, and barring a slip-up, a mistake, anything in turn number 3, it's going to be Poland's win, a race to win. There is no turn 4, and there is no more chances for Crispin. It is going to be Levi Poland cracking through for his first win on the season here at Pocono.
And back here with the other battle here is you got Billy Rickett on the outside trying to make a stick. It does get in front of the 30 of Easy Hardy. Billy Rickett will finish in 5th. Easy Hardy finishing in 6th. And Matthew Scruffy Jordan tying for most spots with 11. I'll finish in 7th spot.
Yeah, so not sure what happened with the drivers coming into the pits. Maybe they just had so much damage. It wasn't a fuel mileage race after all, but Levi Poland ended up putting on a great drive there, staying behind Jason Chrisman as long as possible and finally making that move on the last lap. Great drive by Poland and Chrisman as they got close to contact in turn number 1, maybe even a little bit of a Nakota brush of contact in turn number 1, but all in all, some great driving. Poland took it to the lead on the Long Pond straight, and it looked like Chrisman maybe tried to go to the bumper in turn number 2 and not wait till turn number 3, and unfortunately he missed his shot, lost a bunch of ground, and it's the 91 that gets to come down the front stretch and do a little celebrating.
And while he's celebrating, we'll bring up the final results here for tonight's race as Levi Poland will be your winner, Jason Chrisman in 2nd, Michael Casey finishes in 3rd, Zane Bierman back in 4th, Billy Rickett in 5th, Easy Hardy with a great run in 6th, Matthew Jordan in 7th, Paul Helms in 8th, Michael Rakes in 9th, Travis Noble in 10th. We got Andrew Jones, Dale Garner Jr., Bryson Anderson, Ken Ewell, Jorge Ledesma Jr., Tony Brennan, Shane Wheeldon, Steve Harris for your 18 drivers, and then a few more as
he's doing
Canis.
donuts.
He's doing
That's
donuts
a version of
on
donuts.
his
Breakdancing donuts.
and back there, 19th, Scott Henderson waiting here, and Zach Gear. So it's been a while since we've seen drivers celebrate by tapping fenders. So sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. So, but anyways, we'll get those drivers in here very shortly to talk to your podium winners. Appreciate everybody coming out, chit-chatting up there in the channel. And if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe as we continue to cover many different races here at CRN.
Well, we do got R3 in here already as I keep forgetting, Big Daddy keeps them in line. He puts them in there whether they want to or not. So
Drag and drop.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner, but Big Daddy puts him in the waiting room for us. So we're going to go ahead and get our top 3 in here. 3rd place tonight is going to go to the 6 of Mike Casey. Mikey, you get yourself another podium up here. Certainly another good points haul here at Pocono. Last day race of the season as you go under the lights the rest of the way. How do you feel leaving Pocono with the points lead with all the tracks coming up for another run of the championship?
Yeah, pretty good run tonight. We definitely had some speed in the car. We were fast during practice. I didn't qualify the grade. I mean, I qualified good, but kind of messed my qualifying run up. So I was hoping to get up on the pole and kind of be able to control a little bit. But yeah, last daytime race. We finished the rest of the season all nighttime, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, Pocono went pretty good. I mean, pretty good clean run by everybody. So it was a good run and long green flag racing. So.
Yeah, it was definitely a good race and a heck of a drive from the 3 U's out front. It was a 4-car breakaway for quite some time before you guys ended up shaking free of Zane Bierman. Then 3-car battle ended up turning into a 2-car battle. You just didn't have the tires to kind of keep up with those guys at the end.
Yeah, well, there was a couple guys that I kind of got into racing kind of hard with. I mean, I was swapping spots with Levi perfectly fine, but some guys like to pinch you down and kind of make you burn your stuff up. So just the nature of the beast here. But yeah, kind of at the end, I didn't have anything left. I was just kind of maintaining and hoping that maybe the leaders would kind of get into each other or something like that. But the car had speed, just and I definitely practiced all the long green flag stuff. I didn't quite think we were going to have those long green flag runs, and the tires go away very quickly here. So, yeah, just one of those things.
Well, you get yourself a 3rd place finish here tonight. So, again, another good finish here for the season before we head to under the lights at Charlotte, Homestead, Daytona, and Vegas. So, congrats on the run here tonight. Who do you want to give a shout-out to or thanks to?
Yeah, appreciate it. Obviously, you all up in the booth broadcasting the shows. Make sure everybody on YouTube is following these guys' subs and get the likes up for them. Kim's Cup and More with Wade and them on Facebook. They are a good sponsor for us, and they've been with us for a while. Beyond the Edge and Richard Hartman with One Vision EMS and Transport. Appreciate everybody on YouTube watching tonight. Want to thank the usuals, Renee, Barry, whoever was in there pulling for us, the wife. I appreciate you hanging out and watching the show tonight. So, yeah, we'll go to our, I think we have our throwback paints next week, too. So that'll be kind of fun to see what everybody brings out and has done for that. So look forward to going to Charlotte, and we'll just keep our heads down and just keep chugging along.
Yeah, looking forward to a good race and some good paint schemes next week, but certainly take some time to celebrate this one. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
That is your third place finisher here tonight, Mike Casey in the sixth. Second place here tonight, did a bunch of leading, but unfortunately it was the last lap that he couldn't lead, and that's the 98 of Jason Chrisman.
Hey, Jason, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. Cappy.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm sure this race is a little bittersweet here for you, as obviously you got the pole here tonight, led a ton of laps, and obviously a late caution where Levi was able to get some newer tires. Might have played to his advantage here for that final lap, but you did a fantastic job getting this thing around here tonight. It was a great show and battle between Aladias, so it was good to see the 98 up there. Give us a little rundown of your race, man, how it was for yourself.
I mean, that first run, I felt like me, Levi, and Mike, we were able to just pull away, able to pull on us. I mean, there were a few little incidents in that first run that kind of irked me, specifically between me and Mike. I don't get the point in pushing me on the left rear and put me in the wall on a straightaway. There's no reason. And then through turn 3 washed up. I mean, accidents happen, but it was just a little annoying. I was a little annoyed with him about it, but I mean, the rest of the race, everything went cool, calm. The last lap, I expect to be raced. I expect to be driven up the track. I mean, it's for a win. He had the fresher tires. He was wanting it, and I'm happy that he got it. He raced me exactly how people should race on the last lap.
Yeah,
it was a fun race.
It looked like a lot of fun. I know tires are always a big concern, and early on, obviously prior to the comp caution, we seen you kind of like check out. I mean, by yourself, and I know you could do that here at Pocono. Is that was that a plan just to kind of see what your tires would be prior to that comp caution, or what were you testing? Were you testing anything there, or were you just that much faster than everybody else?
I wasn't trying to get a huge jump. I just took the runs that I could, and I tried to hit each corner in stride that first run. But it did work pretty good. Like you guys said, I didn't expect to pull away that quick. But once the 44 dropped back, I know they caught right back up to me, and we were able to 3-car train away from the field by like 6 seconds, I think it was, by the end of the first run. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was fun. I can't say enough about it. I love Pocono. Every time I come here, I feel like I'm competitive. There's always new faces up front. There's always new people battling for the lead. This group puts on great races each week, and I'm just happy that I'm just happy to get good finishes. I'm on second, and then I finished 5th in the Coral Riley, and then another second. I'm all right with that. You don't need a win to be good sometimes.
As long as you're having fun out there, that's the name of the game. You can't win them all, and eventually the wins will come to you. You've been there, putting yourself in that position, and that win's going to come here eventually. So want to say congratulations there on the number 98, and give you some time for any shouts you might have.
Yeah, thank you again to everyone putting this on. You guys up in the booth, like I say every time, you bring the energy, you bring the crowd, you bring the commentary. It's awesome. Great group of guys. This race went a lot cleaner than I thought it would. I love these green flag runs. I love racing these, and looking forward to the next one.
Well, again, congratulations on your win. Appreciate the shout out. So I'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, the 98 of Jason Chrisman. Top spot here tonight, finally cracking through for his first win is the 91 Levi Pohl. And Levi, it seemed like it was a matter of time. We've seen the success from you last season, but it just seemed like he couldn't break through this season, couldn't figure out what he needed to do to get it done. Here tonight, maybe a pit stop strategy, coming in there on lap number 43, and it being the difference for you. You had those 5-lap newer tires. Do you think that was kind of the difference here tonight?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Tires were a huge difference here. Especially going that last run, where everybody had safe tires, and the 5 extra laps is definitely a huge advantage.
It seemed like
worried maybe.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was just a little worried. Maybe I burnt them up a little bit going through the pack. That was about all. But outside of that, I was pretty confident in the tires.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to bring up. It seemed like you were able to kind of run through the field pretty quickly. It took you a little bit to get up there in a second, get around Mike Casey, and then you got in a second. It seemed like you were maybe content there, and it almost seemed like there was a couple times you were trying to get you and Chrisman to kind of break away from Mike Casey and make it a 2-car battle at the end.
Yeah, that's definitely, like, I noticed in the first race of the race, we us three broke out to a huge gap, and then during that one, I was trying to push Casey, and then I think, if I remember correctly, Mike got up in the wall, so I had a big run. So I just went around him, and then after that, I was just trying to push Jason, like you said, away from Mike to make it a 2-car battle, because it would be a lot easier racing with 2 cars versus 3.
Well, it was a while until you finally decided to make a pass. You waited until the last lap, dive it down into turn number 1. It seemed like a couple times you had a chance to make the pass. You got alongside down the front stretch. You were able to hit the side draft on the front stretch, get alongside in turn 1, and Chrisman was able to kind of hold you off driving around the outside. And you weren't, I don't know if you weren't willing to, or you didn't want a side draft yet down the Long Pond straight. What was the case there leading up before the white flag?
Yeah, I didn't want to wreck him or anything, so I didn't want to get too close. I was trying to race him as clean as I could. And it was also kind of like a trial and error thing. I learned quickly that if I wanted to get by in turn 1, that I got to take the wider entry, because I noticed they were taking a shallower entry than I was. So I believed, as it worked in the last lap, but I thought it would have been better off because it would have been higher up than what they normally were running. So, and it would have kept him off my right rear going through the turn and pinching me down.
I assume once you made that pass on the last lap and got into the lead on the Long Pond straight, I'm sure you were keeping one eye on the windshield, one eye on the rearview mirror to see when Chrisman was going to make that move. It looked like he tried to maybe get to the back bumper in turn number 2 instead of waiting for turn 3.
Yeah, I was definitely watching him coming out of that. I was definitely knew the run was coming. And when going in 2, I thought maybe he could bump me if he wanted to, but he didn't. And then I noticed it kind of messed up his line, and I got that gap. And after that, I was pretty relaxed going through 3. I just wanted to make sure I didn't hit the wall coming off 3 to the checkered line. And that was the plan. I didn't necessarily want to do it on the last lap. I tried doing it a couple laps before, as you saw. Yes. But it didn't work. So I was fortunate enough that I had that good run going down to the last lap to be able to pull the move off again.
Oh, first you don't succeed, try again, and that's what you did here, and you got it done finally on that last lap. Get yourself the win, 8th different winner over 10 races, so you keep the the big old parity here in the series going, which is awesome, and good to see you finally crack through and get the win. I know Spider-Bones out there is certainly happy to get you up here in the victory lane, but before we let you go, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I want to give a shout out to this Core Racing Network. You guys do an amazing job with the broadcast and announcing and everything. I want to give a shout out to 191. It's a great league. If anybody's looking for a good league, it's a great league to be in. I want to give a shout out to Spider Bones, my daughter, Lola, my fiance, Courtney, and my 2 boys, Nick and Eli.
All right, buddy. Well, definitely take some time to celebrate this one. Get your maybe throwback paint ready for next week at Charlotte. We'll see you under the lights and see if you can go back to back.
Will try my best, and I'll come with something good, hopefully.
All right, buddy. That is your winner here tonight at Pocono, the 91 of Levi Poland. I want to thank everyone out there again for tuning in here tonight, as it was a good one here all the way to the end. You'll have seen a last lap pass for the win of the race, whether your favorite driver does it or not. And even if your favorite driver gets beat by that last lap pass, it's always fun seeing a last lap pass for the win. We are just starting up the week here for CRN. We obviously got the Core O'Reilly series on Tuesday. We got the doubleheader Wednesday and Thursday as well. So keep it tuned in here to CRN for myself and Jimmy from the Tricky Triangle. We'll see you at the track.
Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line, 191 is racing, don't you cry. race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody cross the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning. League race live and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. 191 racing, say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive in low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line, 191 is racing, don't you cry, if you can't hang, move aside, get you some, hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride, kick me out, that'll do it, back to the pits, we all knew it, Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside, get you some. Hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody cross the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some. Hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive in low, I hold my line, chrome to chrome at the finish line, 191 is racing, don't you cry, if you can't hang, move aside, get you some, hold it wide, get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride, kick me out, that'll do it, back to the pits, we all knew it, Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. Some got skill and some got luck. Some just scream, Scotty, wake up. And men's watching, finger on mute. Somebody crossed the racing route. 3 laps down, but still we fight. Short track war under neon lights. Why not one racing? Say it loud. We ain't here to run in a crowd. Get you some, hold it flat. If you spin me, we'll talk about that. That'll do it. Lights come up, so let's begin. Green flag drops on a Sunday night, engines screaming, fists up tight. Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap 1, chaos, 3 wide deep. Somebody blinks, somebody weeps. Rear view mirror full of smoke. Cut me off, I won't lift. That'll do it, there he goes again. You dive it low, I hold my line. Chrome to chrome at the finish line. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pits, we all knew it. Sunday night and tempers burning, league race live, and we're still 3 wide. You wanna see my dog? Yeah, that eagle on my grill is boss. Talk is cheap when the mic is hot, but back it up when the track gets tight. Slide job sent from outer space. Net code, give it, net code takes. Somebody's yelling in the chat. Who drove through me? Imagine that. White flags flying, hearts beat fast. One more corner, don't lift that gas. 191 is racing, don't you cry. If you can't hang, move aside. Get you some, hold it wide. Get wrecked, get nut, enjoy the ride. Kick me out, that'll do it. Back to the pit. Sunday night, engine screaming, fists up tight, Discord popping, somebody said, get you some before we're dead. Lap one, chaos, 3 wide deep, somebody blinks, somebody weeps, rear view mirror full of smoke, cut me off, I won't lift, that'll do it, there he goes again. You dive in low